And this is the word of the Lord. Please be seated. The gospel readings we heard centered on giving, and so my sermon today is on stewardship. Many of us have heard that word. Many of us have practiced it, sometimes without even knowing it. But what exactly does stewardship mean, and what exactly is it all about?
Okay, here we go again. Good old stewardship. I know this one. It's all about how much money we can give, right? Guard the good old checkbook.
This does define stewardship. No, in its truest
Stewardship. What's it all about? It's all about money, right? I'm pretty sure it is, anyway. Oh boy, did I leave the iron on?
Hey, I wonder if this Cheerio would fit in my ear.
Stewardship isn't just about giving away money. It takes in a whole attitude of the person's life. For stewardship is not just about the finances. It's about the person's whole response to the community, to the needs. It goes into aspects of time and talent. And how do we take those gifts that have been given to us and how do we return them to God? Well, obviously, God has no need for those gifts. In the truest sense, we give great praise to the giver who has given us these gifts by sharing it with others.
And so, well, it's easy to see why it might be about the almighty dollar.
Stewardship, money, right, got it. Wonder what I should have for lunch.
Stewardship is not just about money.
What?
It really isn't. See, one of the main tenets of stewardship is time. Time spent in prayer, for example. The time you attend Mass, the time you pray for others.
Wait a sec. When I pray, that's a form of stewardship? Makes sense. Never thought about it like that before. Huh.
Time is always an important part of stewardship because individuals realize, or should realize, that sometimes it's easier to put your hand in your pocket and to put $10 or $20 towards a cause than it is to take an hour out of one's life and to literally place before the needs of the community that time. Time is almost more valuable than money. And in many lives, you can see how true that is. Some forms of time that are responsive to stewardship are what we refer to in the Catholic Church as the corporal works of mercy. And the corporal works of mercy are very simple. They're just like they sound. The corporal works of mercy, attentive to the bodily needs, feeding the hungry, giving drink to the thirsty, clothing the naked, visiting the imprisoned, visiting those who are sick, burying the dead. These aspects call us to recognize the needs of our brothers and sisters and to expend ourselves in responding to those needs. So, in other words, in doing those things, we become other Christs. We become extensions and instruments of Christ in this world, touching the lives of these people in need.
The second stewardship application I wish to address is one that might surprise some of you. Have you ever thought of talent as a part of stewardship?
Oh, I knew it. This is really an ad to join the choir. He's looking right at me. What do? What do I do?
Each special talents, and when we use these talents in service to others, that brings us closer to God.
The choir, here it comes.
Even as it stands as an example of what it means to be part of something bigger than us.
So please join the choir.
Serving at a funeral luncheon, that's a good form of stewardship.
Wait. What? When I served at that funeral luncheon, it was stewardship?
You can do for stewardship.
Hey!
For instance, you could be part of a panel discussion.
So, there's stuff I could be doing that makes use of what I'm about, not what I have in my checkbook. Good thing, since I have like $1.72 in my account.
Helping out at your parish school, or taking communion to the homebound, or perhaps
Helping the poor.
Helping the poor. And
Oh, he's good.
As I said,
I could visit that elderly couple 2 houses away.
Maybe I should invite the Guillermos for the holidays. Otherwise, they'll be all alone.
Yeah, like caring for animals.
Praying for people other than myself.
Are all forms of stewardship. You can probably think of a lot more.
So, we all have gifts from up above, but most people like me aren't doing what we could be doing with them.
In God's eyes, no service, large or small, performed out of love and sacrifice is insignificant. And that is stewardship.
Our talent should be part of the stewardship that we've been blessed with, is because talents themselves are gifts. All of us have different financial abilities. All of us have different intellectual abilities. All of us have different artistic abilities. When we take a look at talent, we have to see this as a gift being given to us by God. Now, just as any gift is given, that gift is demanded to be used. When we understand that that gift is given by God, it is to be used for the betterment of allowing God to be seen through us. So using our God-given talent helps us to manifest a relationship to God for the community and God's action in that community.
So now we get to the part where you probably all thought this was going in the first place.
Money.
Money.
Money. Money?
Okay, if I could read your minds, I'll bet some of you were thinking money.
No.
Stewardship isn't all about money. It's about
Time.
And it's about...
Talent.
No, we're not going to vacuum out your wallet. When you offer what you can financially as an expression of your faith, you're demonstrating a form of stewardship.
Oh.
Whether it's time...
So, even if we don't have like $1 billion, we can still be practicing stewardship. Unreal.
I bet if I served on the... Yeah.
What treasure is to stewardship is that we understand, just as we were talking about talent, and we talked about individuals being gifted with different abilities and in different manners and different ways, so too our treasure is given to us in different manners and different ways. Some have been very successful, and therefore, like a talent, they've been gifted with a lot. To others, they have struggled hard and they've maintained themselves and in a position where they might be comfortable, but certainly not considered wealthy or rich. And to others, the day-to-day struggles help to meet the needs of their families. But with all of that, before the eyes of God, it is an understanding that the treasure has been given to them, that it's not something that they themselves have deserved or earned, but that God has been a vehicle allowing them to have what they have. So in the use of treasure, it's understanding that what we have actually has come from God. And now we use that treasure just as we will use our talent and our time for the betterment of our brothers and sisters, so that our Lord can be seen through the use of our treasure.
And so keep in mind that there are many arms to stewardship, and each of us needs to keep that.
Okay, you win. Of course I'll give financially, but this time and talent business is appealing.
Time, prayer, keep the batteries charged.
Talent. Use the gifts I've been given.
I like this idea.
It's about giving.
Maybe I will sign up for the choir.
We'll enjoy this.
When I get home, I'm going to give these Cheerios to the dog, because that guy says it's stewardship.
And so, everyone, as they say, thus endeth the sermon.
Mom, I got Cheerios stuck in my ear.